Tony D and Little Jones asleep on the couch, and this is a screenwriter's rant for Killer Ambition, a movie that's got a lot of elements to it. A woman becomes a successful jewelry designer, and suddenly her life gets extremely dramatic, is about the best way I can summarize this movie. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. Links are in the description. Comedy Horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys. Speaking of the Pineys, I will be at River City Comics from 12 to probably leaving early. It says 4 o'clock, but I'm probably cutting out around 3:30ish to go up to Montclair, New Jersey for the Montclair Brewing signing. That starts at 5, but I probably won't get there till at least 5:30. And we'll be doing I'll be doing a reading or talk on the Jersey Devil. We're gonna play it by ear. And so that's the Brew and Books. I'm going to sign some books there. Sign some books. I'm signing books everywhere tomorrow, so don't miss it. All right, let's get into this movie. From Mar Vista. A lot of Mar Vista movies, I think, they feel like hotel movies. No offense to that. There's nothing wrong with a hotel movie, except that it often feels very derivative and very generic. So the story here is this woman designs jewelry, and this is the guy who sources her gems. And then a big article comes out about her business, and she gets invited to become one of the, I don't know, best women in the business meeting group. I forget what they call it, like women in successful women conference or something, but like everybody's trying to get a piece of her. The dude's stealing her designs. Then like she's invited to be officially announced as part of this group, and they say it's going to be on a yacht, and she has a problem with that because her mother was killed on a yacht. And then she reconnects with her brother. I think it's her brother, who she's convinced maybe he had something to do with her mother's death. And so it's with great success comes great danger. I don't know, there's a lot here. It's just like every soap opera thing jammed into one movie. There's her friend who sources the gems, and then they kind of give it away by showing you this guy creeping on the boat, and he's got a spear gun, and then later he's pouring gasoline everywhere. It's like, I'm pretty sure who the bad guy is now. Pretty sure you're not going to be able to explain that all away. I don't know any of these actors. With Monique Parent and Sean Connon, which means they're not in the movie all that much. Or as much as the rest. So it's like there's no focus to this movie. It's just a lot of drama, it seems. It just seems like you're doing like, okay, we need more drama. All right, she's afraid of boats. It's just like, stick to one thing. Like, one thing would be that, I don't know, she has to go on a boat because she's going to be introduced into this official thing, and then I don't know, even that doesn't really make any sense when you think about it, because he would have to kill everybody on the boat and her. Seems like too much just to kill her, if that's the goal. Like, you're gonna kill everybody on a boat? That seems pretty extreme. Seemed like it was enough that maybe your jewelry guy is sketchy, because that's a world that can get very dicey and connect to crime and blood diamonds and all that kind of stuff. Seems like you had enough to work with there, and then you added in her past. So you got and then a guy stealing her designs too. It's like everybody's against this woman. What the hell kind of world does she live in? Like, I'm finally successful. Everybody's trying to kill you or steal from you. Yeah, I mean, I get that that's sort of a thing with rich and successful people, but like the movie implies that she just sort of reached that level. She's just sort of rising over that hump, and now everybody just sort of comes out of the woodwork and turns on her. I guess. I mean, if that's the focus of the movie, sure, I think you could make that work, but it didn't feel like that's what you were setting up. Oh God, I'm so itchy on this ear for some reason. It felt very much like a romance. The lead in felt almost like a romance movie, and then the movie's called Killer Ambition. Usually that's like a movie about someone trying to rise through the ranks of a corporation and they're murdering their coworkers in order to do that. That would be the title of a movie like Killer Ambition. This movie just like I don't know what you would call this movie. The girl with the jewels, the girl who I don't know, the successful woman everybody decides to murder. Killer Ambition just seems like the wrong title for this particular thing, and it's billed as a thriller. It's coming out this year. Too close to Christmas. Too close to Christmas, I would say. The whole thing just seems off. Seems like, well, we got another $2 million here to make a movie. Well, what do you want to make? Well, let's make a movie with a lot of different elements in it. Whatever actors we got left over, and we got a marina. Okay, we'll put it on a boat for some reason. Like that's what it feels like. It feels like it cobbled together a bunch of elements, and then, we'll have this cool scene where he creeps around the boat and he's gonna kill her with a spear gun, and then he spreads some gasoline on it because he's gonna light it on fire. Like, too many elements. There's no focus here. It's like you're all over the road. You're all over the road, movie, and I don't know which way to go here. It doesn't feel like a thriller. It feels like the setup feels like a comedy romance. Like a thriller movie, the setup is, a little more intense. Like she seems too naive. Her character seems too naive to be in a thriller. A thriller movie, like the protagonist is, the jewelry business is a tough business. Yeah, it certainly is. But don't worry, I think I finally solved all our problems. I got a new guy sourcing our gems. You sure he's clean? I'm pretty sure. He's had some problems in the past. Here I am, the guy who sources the gems. I'm not that clean, but I get the job done. Like, that's the kind of thriller movie. Everybody's a little bit sketchy. Not like happy-go-lucky lady who just got I just got my name in the paper. Everybody's trying to kill you. That doesn't seem like she would stand a chance. She has to be like tougher for a thriller movie. And then there doesn't seem to be any action in it. So it feels like it's going to be a bunch of people standing or walking around, not running, or there's no car chases or anything like that. So it feels like a hotel movie in that respect because it's too low budget for any like real stunts or anything. In which case I think you made the wrong movie. You should have had a scene maybe where, look, there are cheap ways to do intense thriller scenes, right? So instead of having a guy spread gasoline all over the deck, because I'm pretty sure you're not going to light the boat on fire, at least not physically. You might do it in CGI. I think a more effective way would have been for him to like tie her to a chair and then start putting a bunch of weights on her and like preparing to throw her in the ocean, and then something happens and she either gets away or somebody shows up to save her and there's a big fight on the deck, something like that. That to me would be more thrilling. It just seems like a bunch of soap opera stars wandering around this movie. And that doesn't mean they're bad actors, but I think the script is bad on this. I hate to dump that on the screenwriter. I mean, maybe they changed it in order to fit what feels like a very low budget, or a budget that's overspent on boats. But I'm not getting the sense that this is a good movie. I guess you spent some money on renting jewelry and costuming. You got a lot of handsome and beautiful actors. I'll say the positives. There are handsome and beautiful actors. There's jewelry and clothes, which really appeals to women. I mean, thrillers do. This seems like a woman. Look at this. Local woman dead in boating accident. Okay. First up, who keeps newspaper hit clippings anymore? What year is this supposed to take place in? 1975? No one does this anymore. No one does this anymore. Okay? No one. Because nobody reads newspapers. They're not considered a thing. This is a movie trope. Why would you put this in here? Like, at least have her go to her phone and see the website. Then maybe. Then maybe it would be more realistic that she actually has a newspaper article. It's so perfect, too. Look at the condition of the newspaper. At least if you're going to make a newspaper article, like, maybe she didn't cut it out quite exactly that way. Maybe there's some other stuff on the edges that would lead you to believe it was actually from a real newspaper. If you're going to sell me on a newspaper, have a further story, and it's like folded in half, a column that runs all the way down this way, another piece of it on another story, because that's the way they print newspapers, right? If you read a story, you might get a little square on the front section, and then there's a long column in the back that finishes the story, continued on like 7A. It's not perfect like that. So I don't know what you were thinking. I really don't. I mean, that part's cool where he's taking pictures of her designs. That seems like a real thing. I don't know. You're just not winning me over. Is there any more? No more info here. Killer Ambition. All right. Well, I guess this is out, or will be out. Coming to a hotel near you, I guess. First act. She's very successful. Things are going well. She's got a new gem guy. And then she gets invited to this woman's thing. She's going to be inducted into this club. She's very excited. And they say, oh, it's going to be on a yacht. Oh, my mother was killed on a yacht. That's not a problem, is it? No. No, it's just, my mother was murdered and everything. So then she agrees to go, and that's the end of the first act. Second act is her brother comes out of the woodwork, and then all this drama is happening. You got a guy stealing her designs, and I guess the gem guy is shifty. Maybe she's dating him, maybe she's not. I get the sense they were dating. Everybody's betraying her. She's going on the boat anyway. She gets on the boat, and then the brother comes, and I guess he murders everybody but her, and then it's like him versus her on the boat for half an act. And then she beats him somehow. I guess the third act is maybe on the boat. Maybe the third act is her and him playing cat and mouse on the boat. Now, if there's a really big twist in this movie, he's not the guy, and there's perfectly good explanations for why he's doing what he's doing that have nothing to do with murdering his sister and burning the boat she's on, but I don't know, it doesn't look that way. And then at the end, she wins and beats her brother and goes back to designing jewelry and being famous and rich, I guess. Oh, sorry, this movie is not very thrilling. Yeah, it's very much a hotel movie. It's like a movie you'll watch a piece of, and after about 10 minutes you'll go, what I just did. You'll yawn and go, this isn't going anywhere. It's like, movies are supposed to go up in intensity and then, kind of end there. This feels like it starts right in the middle and kind of just stays that way for the whole movie and maybe goes up a little bit at the end. And that's not the way you build it. So, all right. Good luck to you. Killer Ambition. Coming this year. This month sometime. And that's it for me, Tony D and Little Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more based takes. Check me out at the River City Comics tomorrow from 12 to 3:30ish, and then at the Montclair Brewery from 5:30 to about 8. We'll see you in the next one.